Hello YouTube, YouTube exclusive. This one I don't know if we've actually run before on the stream, but it is definitely in the colors that we've been sporting from time to time. We're going to be playing the Rock, or Black Green here in Modern. Now as a quick reminder, we are doing Extra Life this weekend. I believe this video will go up on Saturday, so if you have a chance, come stop by. But if you don't, this would be your chance to donate. It goes to a great cause, and we have some incentives as well, which might include, if available still, some deck list options for us to play. So, with that all out of the side, let's get to our matches, let's get to the deck tech, and let's look at our rock list here in Modern. Black, green, green, black, whichever you're most comfortable with, this is the rock list, and it has Lurrus, so that's pretty on point for the channel here. What do we have? We've got the Lurrus, we've got the Mishra's Bauble package here. We also have just Fatal Push and Inquisition and Thoughtseize. This is kind of in those rack lines, the Rakdos lines that we do. The big difference though is what you change out. So in Rakdos we have Kroxa, we'll have Skelementals, we'll have Seasoned Pyromancers. These are all things we're familiar with from Red Prison, familiar from the Rakdos list. Instead, we have Dark Confidant, which is sporting itself in some of our Rakdos lists lately. You have Hexdrinker, which is a pretty sweet snake that can be leveled up. And when it levels up far enough, you get protections from instant sorceries or everything. Scavenging News we've played against plenty of times, eats the graveyard, grows, and so on and so forth. But you get the quintessential 2-drop Tarmogoyf. So we'll be playing some Tarmogoyfs here, and then we have also Abrupt Decays and Assassin's Trophies as interaction. Liliana at the top end here. The Rock tries to make Liliana the best card, and you can consider this list a bit of Jund Light minus the red. Sometimes we reference Rakdos as Jund Light minus the green. Sideboard wise, we do get one of the more powerful cards in Magic right now in the colors of green, such as Veil of Summer. And then we have Kitchen Finks in here, a little bit of an interesting one we can add for some of those burn matchups where Rakdos doesn't get that benefit. List looks pretty sweet. I'm always interested to see an engineered explosive in a 2-color deck. I know we run it from time to time, but this one was sporting it. This is from one of the most recent challenges this past week, and so it did well. I believe it got 25th, so congrats to the player there. Let's go ahead and take it into our own league. Let's see if we can do just as well. We'll see you in the matches. Let's go. The Rock here in Modern. Let's queue up. Let's find ourselves an opponent. One thing that we didn't touch in the deck tech, but we'll just mention briefly here, is because we're in green-black, we tend to run Peatlands, which is one of those Horizon Canopy lands. And for whatever reason, unlike Rakdos, we do sometimes see these Ghost Quarters and Field of Ruins. Whether that's just a green-black thing to do versus the red-black, I don't know why that comes up. But in all of the dual color lists that I do see sporting black, it's going to be this one that plays Ghost Quarter. Let me know why you think that in the comments. We're just queued up. Let's find our opponent. Let's play some Magic. And there we go. Pretty quick. Let's begin. Not too bad. Not too shabby. And we get the first play. We're against Canister. Let's play first. Opening hand could use a second land. Unfortunately, I will need a mulligan. If it was say an Overgrown Tomb, I could be tempted just because of the Thoughtseize and the Inquisition here. But I think we'll have to mulligan this. This is much better here. I can ditch one Lurrus. I don't have any initial interaction for my opponent, but that's okay. Just something we have to sometimes accept we don't have. If we play a non-interactive deck, the Dark Confidant could be drawing us some cards. Blue-red, maybe, off the Scalding Tarn here. Nope, blue-green. All right, Mishra's Bauble here. Mox Amber, all right, and we're going to see a, what's it called, Emery? Emery. All right. This should be interesting. Should be interesting. I don't have any interactions for this Emery. You could argue I shouldn't have fetched in case I top deck a Repealing. I should have top decked a way to Fatal Push. I do have Abrupt Decays. I do have Assassin's Trophies. Get a Thoughtseize. Alright. Where we're at, Dark Confidant's going to win this game. We'll go ahead and slap down a Thoughtseize, take a peek at what's going on here. We have a Repeal, Gilded Goose. We have a Cryptic Command. We have another Bauble here. They're going to get to reuse this Bauble. In the following turn, we get to go ahead and get rid of the Emery. So if we're going to probably get rid of the Emery, I think I want to get rid of this Gilded Goose so they don't have a second creature. We'll pass the turn. This kind of telegraphs what we've got going on. Could be viewed as a way to prevent them from ramping to Cryptic Command. We'll see how they take this. Emery replays Mishra's Bauble from the yard. We're going to get to draw quite a few cards here. Takes a look at what they're doing. Misty Rainforest plays new Bauble. Misty Rainforest was the draw. Cracks, doesn't like the top card here. Puts a Breeding Pool, fancy one, in sideways. Alright. Draws off their Bauble here. We get the top of our library, which is a Scavenging Ooze. This is very interesting. To me, I think I just go ahead and try to kill the Liliana still. Or sorry, Liliana kill the Emery here instead of trying to play a Scavenging Ooze to eat things. This way, we're good. Scavenging Ooze can be our next play, and we'll go from there. Repeals the Mox Amber here. And does so off of the Emery mana. Baubles as well, and now goes to sacrifice. Bauble trigger. Definitely going to enjoy the Scoos here, I think. And right now they can't cast Cryptic, which is good. Plays an Island. Alright, top of the library is a Fatal Push. I think I'm happy to just get rid of the Fatal Push here. And I'd love to get the Scoos down, so we'll go ahead and go for that. Mystic Sanctuary was ditched. See if they have any counters. Appears not. Nice. Alright. They might repeal this, and they do. So the question is, what do I want to eat from here? Let's think here. They probably have another land. They have so many repeals here. I think I'll go ahead and just eat the Emery in case they have a way to get rid of, bring back Emery. I don't think they will. I have a feeling it's just another island and then they have Cryptic Command open. It's Mystic Sanctuary, and pick up a repeal. All the repeals are interesting to see. 4 mana, Urza. Ooh, we got rid of our Fatal Push, and now they have a Construct here as well. A little bit awkward. Mox Amber and Bauble here. My opponent has 3 mana. Emery. Emery gets rid of some cards here into the graveyard. And Bauble trigger. Alright, so we get a Ghost Quarter here. Too many creatures to really kill. I hate upticking here. Maybe I'm downticking just to get rid of the Construct. Could uptick and get rid of Lurrus. I don't like this Cryptic Command here. We know this is still in their hand. We have 5 mana, so they get to use Urza here. 6 with the Construct. I think we're very far behind. How much do I want to show them? We can replay the Scavenging Ooze here. I'm going to go ahead and play Dark Confidant out, and we'll go ahead and downtick here. I don't want to show them that I'm a Lurrus deck necessarily. They get rid of the Construct, which is getting rid of at least 1 mana here. They do have a free turn to do anything with the Scavenging Ooze offline at the moment. That's okay with us. I don't think it would have really mattered at this point. They'd probably interact with the Scoos and then try to do something with Emery. This play is more to hide information and just play another turn. Not really to win this game at this point. Trying to get just more information. Right now, they just look like an Urza list. They don't particularly look like that red card. Now they do. All right. So the breach card, overworld, underworld, breach. The one that allows them to flash back things. Seeing this card basically tells me yes, they're that list. Dark Confidant trigger here. Reveals a fatal push. They hide the Lurrus. This isn't too bad for us. They do have enough mana with Cryptic here, so I think we see 2 Gilded Gooses there. Let's attack and see what they want to do here. We'll just hit for the 2 and pass turn. I need them to tap down or something, then I can pop off Ghost Quarter and kill Urza. I don't expect them to, though. They know about the Fatal Push, so I can't imagine they tap out here. We know they have Cryptic. Reconsidering a few options here. I'm trying to remember if I have another forest here. I almost would be willing to Ghost Quarter it, but then I can't play Lurrus's. They want to return and draw a card. I want to kill this. I want to kill this too. I want to kill it all. Let's float this. I can't imagine giving them another... I can't imagine giving them a little bit more blue this turn is going to hurt us. We'll see. I want to eat the Urza. That's why I'm killing it right now. I want to gain a little bit of life here. I can't really get rid of the baubles necessarily because they have another bauble. We'll go ahead and take one of them for future, but you're not clearing them out for the Emery, so there's no reason to eat both baubles there. Gonna draw a few cards. We're just trying to draw this out as long as I can. Maybe a few more Fatal Pushes and Assassin's Trophies. We're not in a great spot here with all their mana. And again, they get to redraw a whole bunch with Emery and the baubles that I don't get to interact with. Euro here. Alright. If they hit a land drop, they can put this one back in. If they don't, I could eat it. Jeez, they're playing Euro as well. What's interesting here is I don't believe they have a Spring Leaf Drum. Okay, they do have a Mox Amber. I was going to say, if they don't have another Mox Amber to use this, they won't get it back. So now they get back Euro. We're battling on all fronts here. Ashiok's probably going to be coming in on this one. Gains and draws. Looks like that'll be the turn there. I think if I was on their side here, I would just crash in with the Bonder. Just crash in. Gilded Goose here as well. Plenty of things. Obviously, I don't want to get rid of Fatal Push. They have a lot more creatures than I initially thought. Replays Bobble, uses Bobble. Uses Bobble again. Yeah, they crash in here. I will go with a no block here. Trying to pick up a few things. 2 Bobble triggers and then Bob trigger. We show an Inquisition. I'm going to just check what else they've got going on and then concede. Alright, so a couple Urzas, Euros. We've got what they have going on in the graveyard. We'll just concede with that final bit of information. We're super far behind here, and a couple Urzas pretty much locks the door. So they're playing Euro Urza Emery here. Interesting. So to me, I want Nile Spell Bombs. Probably don't mind some Ashioks here. Veil of Summer may not be too bad, and Blood Chiefs can be okay. Blood Chiefs does kill things 2 or less, and Emery is probably their first thing they're playing, so this one's probably less. Collective Brutality is a no. Engineered Explosives could be put on 0 for like the Mox Amber. Could be put on 2 for the Bonder. I wonder if that's too slow though. It may just be too slow. Let's think here. What do we want to take out though? So Skooz looks like it's fine here. Liliana's probably look a little bit hit or miss. I could probably steal out one Lurrus as well. I want Thoughtseize as an Inquisition since I'm on the play. I like the Abrupt Decay and the Assassin trophy as well. Hexdrinker could be one of our ways to win the game. Dark Confidant can draw us back into the game. I'm starting to lean heavier and heavier that Liliana is just not where I want to be. Them discarding cards doesn't necessarily create card disadvantage for them. This makes me want the Ashioks in place of those. A couple Spell Bombs. I definitely want these Veils. My opponent showed Cryptic. Would be very nice to prevent bouncing and repeals. We saw several repeals as well. Because of the repeals, I like the idea of the Hexdrinker. We just got to be a little bit careful with it. I think Dark Confidant's going to be my main engine here. I want 1 Lurrus minimum, maybe 2. I think I could drop 2 Baubles here. Go a little less on this. My opponent's also bouncing everything, so maybe the Bauble is just better than having a pair of Lurruses. It's just not gonna matter for the most part with them bouncing rather than killing. The other thing is, unless I were to get maybe the Bauble here, it's just kind of questionable. If you played a few more, not Ashioks, but if you played a few more Spell Bombs, you could list Lurrus as a companion. We have 1 slot left, so in this instance, I could bring Fulminator Mage in to mess with their mana a little bit. I could have an Engineered Explosives that I recur with a Lurrus, so that's something to consider. I'll bring 1 Lurrus in and just play what we have, but I could see arguments for Engineered. My problem with Engineered is that their Baubles just don't matter blowing those up, and most of their creatures that matter are at 3 and 4. 2 is kind of awkward to place it on. Alright, we get to play first. We have some removal. We have things that do Veil stuff. I can probably keep this. No initial creature, but maybe I can steal something here. So we'll go in Inquisition for starters. So we got Euro here, Mox, Bauble, and Engineered. Here's where that Engineered on 0 would be nice. I probably just take Euro here. I don't care about the Bauble as much. I can't quite play Lurrus with this opening hand. I can play just about everything else in the list, though. The Breeding Pool tapped, a Bauble. That'll be it. Cracks it and takes a look. We get a Scavenging Ooze. That's a great top card. Play Scavenging Ooze, pass. Excellent. Alright, this Engineered's probably going to be slapped on 2 here. And if that's the case, we'll probably have to Abrupt Decay it. I'd love to hang on to this Scavenging Ooze where we're at in this game. There's a Bauble. Let's start there. Take a peek. New Engineered next. Interesting. It's interesting because I could force them to do this. We know what's coming here. I think I just eat their graveyard here for this turn. And just pass. Knowing I do 3 and not much else happens. I have a Lurrus following this up, and we know about this Engineered Explosive. I'm also taking the draw here to find out whatever else I've got going on. Dark Confidant looks pretty good here. Maybe I can get them to pop this when I attack and replay Dark Confidant here. Gilded Goose. It's a nice top deck for them. Swamp's not bad to see here, because now I can also play Lurrus. Go ahead and slap our Swamp in here. Let's go to combat and see what my opponent wants to do. No block, huh? No block. Alright. We'll slap down Lurrus here, and we'll hold ourselves up a Veil of Summer. Replay our Bauble as well. And take a peek at what else we're drawing. Alright, the Bonder's coming. Go ahead and eat this. Lose Skoos. We get to replay Skoos possibly. Draw Peatland. We're looking good on our draws this time around. Bonder's been played. This is going to be an easy Abrupt Decay target. Mox Amber's played. We can put this to 2, but not 3. Alright, they look like they're going to go to 3 and pop this immediately. Okay. Nice. Alright, we have Cryptic Command and some unknown cards. So here, we know that's our only Lurrus now. Let's go ahead and play a Dark Confidant. Let's go ahead and Abrupt Decay. Do I want to Abrupt Decay this because of the Mox Amber? Probably. And let's slap down a Forest and pass turn. This way I have Veil of Summer open. We know they have Cryptic, Unknown, and Draw. Shock's in here, so we have Cryptic Commands. So they return target permanent and draw a card. This doesn't protect it necessarily fully. It does partially. I'm going to go ahead and give it hexproof here. At least we won't bounce. And where we're at with the game, I feel pretty confident we can win from here. So there you go. All right. Ashiok would have been a nice draw. So, any changes? Collective Brutality is cute because it could steal a Cryptic Command, but that repeal on a Cryptic Command is about all we've really seen here. Lurrus was pretty brutal there. We did see a couple Engineered Explosives. It'd be interesting to throw an Engineered Explosive in and then pop it for 0 to kill Mox Amber, but also just to kill Engineered Explosives that are against us. It is an extra removal spell, so the question is, are our spell bombs doing enough, or should we have these Engineered Explosives? I don't know if I'm supposed to be leaning towards this, but I kind of almost want to take maybe a Fatal Push out and bring in an Engineered and then try to squeeze in another Lurrus. Ashiok's probably... It's possibly this is just a touch too late. We could do something like this. Trying to think another reason for me to have Ashiok here. Obviously, it gets rid of the graveyards pretty nicely. And Emery being on an Engineered Explosive is a problem, and so we would want this Fatal Push. Maybe I just take out an extra Ashiok here and try to be a little bit lower to the ground, since that seemed to work this time. Being able to Fatal Push some of the stuff, having to engineer an extra Lurrus. Because there's all kinds of cool things in the graveyard, I think Tarmogoyf is still probably valuable here. Maybe there's an argument for it to be something else. There's a lot of things on 0 and 2. Maybe I just bring in an extra Engineered Explosives. Am I really going to ever get this Hexdrinker up all the way? Let's trim one of those and bring an extra Engineered. Rock is very good at interacting, and let's go ahead and be that. Being able to Lurrus and then repeat Engineered Explosives several times wouldn't be bad to keep them off some of their Mox Ambers or their 2-drops. Opening hand's okay. We have a removal spell, we have a fetch land for it, we have Hexdrinker and Inquisition. I'm going to go ahead and keep, we'll probably lead with the Inquisition. Can't do it off Twilight Mire, by the way. Don't make that mistake. Breeding Pool here. And a Goose. Alright, still gonna do this. Inquisition here. Let's just steal something nasty. We have Emery. We have Kinnan. So Hexdrinker dies to engineered explosives. I believe I can beat Kinnan and Emery here. What if I just take Emery here, allow them to have engineered and Kinnan, slap down into Tarmogoyf? They don't want to put it on 2. I could also throw it to 1, Gilded Goose. They don't want to get rid of that. I'm going to take Emery here with the intention to kill this and to go ahead and play my Hexdrinker out. They'll have 2 mana, but not 3 at the moment. Emery is probably the most dangerous card because they could get something in the yard that could kill us. They could also recur engineered explosives, so we'll go this line. I could also Twilight Mire here instead of doing my fetch lands if I wanted to, because I won't need the Revolt on Fatal Push. Misty. Fetch him. This could be 3 mana. I don't presume it is. I presume it's Kinnan. The Bonder. There it is. Alright. Dark Confidant's very interesting, but I think it's a pretty easy kill here because this actually produces more mana because of Kinnan, I believe. Either way, I think we're going 1-1 here. We'll go ahead and attempt to Fatal Push and Hexdrinker. This way, this engineer is just not that interesting to them for the time being. And I can slap down then Dark Confidant, and they'll feel that they need to be able to play the engineer explosives. Top deck land obviously gets them Urza, but there's not much I can do about that. I would need like a Thoughtseize coming up. Repeals my Hexdrinker, that's fine. They redraw a card. Do they hit their land or no? Luckily, I can play Dark Confidant plus. Ooh, Bobble. Start with Bobble. Let's see what's going on here. Another Urza, that's a good card to see. Let's go ahead and fetch and shock here. Let's go ahead and make green-black again. Play Hexdrinker. Let's play Dark Confidant and pass turn. This does open me up to a few things here that could kill Hexdrinker, but I'm not too concerned about these. We're in a great spot. They drew Urza here. They're going to play Engineered out on 2. No reason to play Tarmogoyf or Scavenging Ooze into the Engineered Explosives. We're going to dump mana into Hexdrinker here. Take a look at the next card. It's a Dismember. Perfect time to get Hexdrinker high enough here. Take a basic here, pump in here. Since we know the next card, we're in good shape here. We'll attack for damage and pass turn. They'll probably want to pop Dark Confidant here. We'll be making this very large soon. And I'll have a Scavenging Ooze to defend as well the graveyard. Looking pretty solid here. We're probably on about a 2-turn clock. Dismember here. Can't dismember this. Protection from instants. This is an instant. We'll get to see the next card as well and play perfectly around it, hopefully. They're just short of this Urza doing some nasty things to us. This is at 4. I could put it up to 5 here pretty easily. And then I have protection from everything, and it's a 2-turn clock. We either do that or Scavenging Ooze. Based on my opponent missing lands, and if this reveals there's no land there, we just go all the way in on Hexdrinker and win the game in two shots. Gonna try to two-shot it. Interesting list. I like seeing Urza again, sort of. Can you like and not like at the same time? I think we can. I do think we've played this one very well, though. Cancer's a respected player in the community. It's always enjoyed to go against this person. Do like a good challenge. So we know it's Dismember, Urza, and we have, I think, 2 unknowns because they had a Bobble, didn't they? Or no, they repealed. That's what they did. So we do have a missing card there. We know it's not a land. They've missed land drops. We know this engineer doesn't hurt us, and being that it was on 1, they didn't want to do that either. I wonder if they put on 1, where we'd be, because Dismember could hit this. We would have attacked in. This wouldn't have been as big, but then I'd have Scavenging and Tarmogoyf out, and so they'd have selections between Scavenging, Tarmogoyf, or Dark Confidant. Dark Confidant would probably drown them in advantage. Here we go. Another Gilded Goose. So we have enough mana to do things now. We're doing 2 mana to pop a Dark Confidant. Okay. It's a new Dark Confidant. We can take a look at what's going on. It is a land, so we do have Urza coming down. I'm not sure Urza can beat the Hexdrinker being this big, though. I wonder if they have another engineered explosives. Dismember, Urza, and an unknown. We do know it's a land coming, so they could put land and blow up Hexdrinker. I think I've just got to go for this. Go ahead and swing in and make it a 2-turn clock here. They're down to 4. Bobble, we draw. Oh, we drew Veil. That's a really good draw. This kills them. Makes blue. It's a Euro. Okay. That puts them to 7. Prismatic Vista's played. And no follow-up. No follow-up. We get to attack them as a 6/6, and we probably have it the following turn. Good match. Tight and close one there. Feels pretty good. Well then, there you go. Match 1 in the books. Playing the rock here. Let's go to match 2 and see if we can continue the win streak. Good beginnings, but we know what that does sometimes. See you next. Match 2. Playing the rock. A good start, and I feel like we did the right things. Maybe not all the right things, but enough to win. Definitely got to see some of the power of the digging aspects with the baubles and the Lurrus. We got to see the interactive components that we talked about early as well. And hey, the snake came in clutch. Let's go match 2. Let's find an opponent. And let's play some Magic. Alright, opening hand has a bunch of lands. We do have a Scavenging Ooze. I'm not very fond of this. I think we could mulligan this for a better, more interactive hand. We are in the draw and I have a redraw here. Feels like it's just too heavy on the lands here. We're looking at 5 lands. I need about 3. Let's mulligan this. Oh yeah, look at this. Keep. Tarmogoyf's pretty nice. So is Scavenging Ooze. I have more Tarmogoyfs. Let's go ahead and get rid of a Tarmogoyf here. I have more of those. Having a Scavenging Ooze here could be really important. Okay. Noble Hierarch here. We do hit our land. Could have ditched a land and had a Tarmogoyf. Let's take a look at what's going on here. Alright. We are against Spirits. This will be interesting. Thoughtseize. Would have liked that on turn 1. Cavern of Souls here. We can play a Spirit if we like. Looks like we're deciding to play one. They play the Captain out. I kind of want to just kill this Captain immediately. Part of me wants to just kill it now. Mainly because if I can kill it now, they won't accidentally have hexproof for everything. I don't need to run Dark Confidant out here. I think my life total will be in danger here fast enough. Let's go ahead and kill the captain here. I don't want this to get swooped away by a spirit, specifically Spell Queller. Alright, we have 4 mana here. What else we got coming out for us? Supreme Phantom, that can be Fatal Pushed. It's good to see. And Selfless Spirits. Alright, that's pretty good too. Liliana, huh? Steal something, play a Hexdrinker, pump it once. Dark Confidant. Man, we're going to be taking a lot, though. Maybe I just get a Scavenging Ooze out here. Thought sees them in Scavenging Ooze, because Scavenging Ooze can grow. Ooh. Ow. Well. I take Draw Skull, at least I can shoot things. I gotta kill this Selfless Spirit at some point. Collected Company is unlikely to miss. Collected Company is 2 creatures. Draw Skull Captain's making I have to kill 2 because it's Selfless Spirit here. I guess I have to take the Collected Company here. It has the biggest upside and just slap down. Maybe it's Dark Confidant now. Can't be Dark Confidant, right? Let's take the least amount here. I need removal spells. Alright. I don't like playing Dark Confidant here, but a Liliana next turn's not going to do anything. I know they have Collected Company. Drog Skull Captain. So I'll play this, I'll pump things up. These all have Hexproof. Apparently we're playing an Aether Vial here. Hits me for 6. I go to 11. Top deck is a land. Fatal Push. Awkwardly, I can't hit that. Yeah, it's just Liliana down tick here. There's very little things I want to do with the Dark Confidant other than swing. This is 7, 8, 9 anyway. And we're good. Just seeing, maybe they kill the Selfless Spirit. I don't know. Pretty dead. Didn't have a fetch land to kill the Drog Skull, and the Drog Skull is saved by the Selfless Spirit. There's our lands. Alright. This one we can definitely engineered. Engineered on 1 and 2 is fine. Blood Chiefs is probably okay as well. Collective Brutality is a maybe. A lot of their creatures are usually large enough that this won't matter. I think it's just going to be these 3. I'm pretty happy with these 3. Let's bring these in. What do we want to take out? Honestly, probably a Thoughtseize is fine. We don't need to be immediately doing a bunch of taking their creatures, I don't think. An Inquisition hits just about most of those. Taking this out does stop us from getting a Collective Brutality, but I'm also taking a lot of damage as we go. So kind of like, well, I'm on the play. Let's try to be a little more aggressive. I think I won't have a lot of time to do the Lurrus stuff with the Bauble, so I can probably take Lurrus and probably just a singleton Bauble out, bring these in and go for that. Keeping 2 Lurrus here because if I do get ahead, I could play Engineered on 1 and 2 repeatedly. That would be nice. I've got most of my removal in here except for Collective Brutality, but we made an argument Collective Brutality probably doesn't kill a whole lot. No Bullet would kill, maybe Initial Spirit or 2, but if they get anything else, it'll be a problem. Alright, opening hand has no removal. Would a Hexdrinker take us the distance? I kind of want to try it. What is this going to be? It's going to be on 2 and then on 5. Let's go for it. I've got a shock in here, I think. Opponent mulligans to 6. There's probably a lot better that you could be doing. Maybe I'll just overlay the other scene. Haha, you'll never know. You'll never know. Alright, so we have Tarmogoyf here, or Dark Confidant. I sort of like the idea of Dark Confidant with us being more aggressive here and then following up with maybe Lurrus. Tarmogoyf's not very large. Let's go for that. Misty Rainforest. We have 3 mana. Confidant trigger here finds Verdant Catacombs and Swamp. We'll play the Swamp so they don't know what else I've drawn so far. Might just bury mana into the Hexdrinker here and pass turn. I'm just attack. I could attack with a 4/4. That's pretty safe, right? Oh, they have Path. That's so rude. Let's see here. I need a little more green. Well, now I can attack with Dark Confidant. If we trade with a Rattle Chains here, that's fine because I have the Lurrus. And we have plenty of mana here. I'll be able to play Lurrus and play Tarmogoyf, or play Lurrus and Dark Confidant here. So this is like a removal spell in itself. And based on where we're at with 18 life here, I feel pretty good about this. Block. Block, 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 block. There we go. All right. Glasspool Mimic Sideways. We have 3 mana. All right. Here, I think it's a pretty easy Goyf. We'll see if they want to counter the first Goyf, and if they do, we're good. I'll just play 2 Goyfs and pass turn here. Trying to bait out a Spell Queller, and I think this will be a Spell Queller. There it is. That seems fine to us. Steals one of my Tarmogoyfs. A-okay with us. Selfless Spirit to defend the Spell Queller in the future. Hallowed Fountain. Shoxin. Alright. Drogskull? Another Selfless. Alright. Couple Selflesses. They hit for 3 in the air. We get a Hexdrinker and we have Lurrus. Welp. I think this is definitely a Lurrus Hexdrinker turn and pump a few times. I don't want to get Dark Confidant back. Not interested. And I feel like I can go ahead and attack. They would have to block with both to kill Tarmogoyf, and if they're blocking with both, they can't sacrifice one. We'll definitely be throwing Lurrus in here to gain a little bit of life, and with the amount of lands I have, Hexdrinker's coming in as a 6/6 next turn. They should be aware of this. Attacks for 4 here. 1 card in the hand. Fatal Push. That looks pretty nice here. Let's just go in on Hexdrinker. A small pause there. I believe we're going to go all the way here. Cool. And now I can easily attack with everything. The 6/6 gets in here. They would like to kill the Lurrus so that I don't gain the life. I believe I have 1 more Swamp. Alright, they can do this and sacrifice here. Sacrificing, I don't gain the life. That's pretty good for them. We hit for 6 here. I'm going to wait to see if they flash anything in. It appears they don't. Supreme Phantom here. This is 6 damage. It's not lethal yet. I kill them with Hexdrinker. Alright. Then we get there. Sweet. Okay. Close one. So Hexdrinker goes the distance. I still like my engineered explosives here. I don't particularly like the idea of a Veil. I do like the idea of maybe bringing in a Thoughtseize now that I'm on the draw and getting rid of one of these baubles. We kind of saw it there. We don't have a lot of time with Lurrus down. My opponent just kind of beats us down very quickly. Maybe I cut one Dark Confidant here for the bauble back in, or a Collected Brutality. You know what? Let's cut 2 Dark Confidants for 2 Brutalities. We're on the draw here, with the idea that Collected Brutality could mess with their Collected Company, or maybe even their Noble Hierarch, or a Selfless Spirit. Makes me somewhat want the card. Not a lot, but a little bit. So, Thoughtseize hand, a bauble, 2 draws here, and an Assassin's Trophy. Assassin's being probably the worst removal spell we have. I'll go ahead and keep them. We'll believe. We'll believe. The deck has plenty of lands. I've got a few draws here. We got this. We got this. Fatal Push is nice to see. See the top of our library. See if we get that land. We do. So I'm going to just hold tight here because I have the Fatal Push. I want that land. Being able to maybe Fatal Push something in an Assassin's Trophy feels good. Being able to Thoughtseize and Fatal Push seems good. And being able to use the fetch land is really pretty nice. We appear to just have blue mana over there. Let's go ahead and take a look at what's going on here. Thoughtseizing away. Rattle Chains. I don't think I need to block or try to kill this. We're just going to Thoughtseize something delicious away. What do we got? We got a Skyclave, we have a Collected Company, we have a Drog Skull, and we have a Spell Queller. Let's take the Spell Queller. That kind of messes with me a little bit. Taking the Spell Queller, because they'll probably want to play the Drog Skull off the Horizon Canopy. I can fetch and kill this, shrinking this down. I can go get a basic as well here, because I have the Twilight Mire. I take the minimum amount of damage here. I don't see myself immediately using the Assassin's Trophy here because it would ramp them to Collective Company. I think it's going to be just a Liliana here and kill this. Remember, my opponent can't actually play Skyclave right now, and we don't want to work them into a Collected Company here. I'd rather be at this point, slap down Dark Confidant Tarmogoyf this coming turn, and my opponent pays just something that's not scary. Supreme Phantom's not scary. Definitely not with a Fatal Push now. Fatal Push this up with the Liliana here, get rid of Dark Confidant. Or do I want to? These are 5/6s. That's pretty big. Skyclave could kill one of these in the future. Then I have the Assassin's Trophy. This is probably okay to do. We'll get rid of Dark Confidant here. I don't think I'm going to need this card as much. I want to hit down with 2 Tarmogoyf beaters here. Having an Assassins plus Tarmogoyf, I don't have to do uptick with Liliana. And if they play anything at sorcery speed, I get to downtick with Liliana. Gets rid of a Skyclave. So we know it's Collected Company and an unknown card. I can even go up if I miss a land and I don't particularly like the top card. Perfect example. Drog Skull is an easy downtick with Liliana here. Yeah, it's probably just downtick and Tarmogoyf number 2. Let's attack just to see if they want to block. Trying to wait on this Assassin's Trophy as long as possible. Don't want it to activate the Collected Company. Kill that. Play Tarmogoyf. I suppose I've missed a point of damage, but if I didn't... So people will say I missed lethal there, but if they block there, I'd love to just uptick with the Liliana, honestly. Let's go combat here. Pretty simple. I think we're fine where we're at. We're gonna make a token here. That's fine. They block one of these. Take 6. I'm gonna go ahead and Inquisition just to check what else they've got going on. Got a few Aether Vials here. I am an Assassin's Trophy. If they do collect a company, I should be able to kill one of these unless they hit Drogskull. I think we've got it. I think we've got it. Jeez. No lands, they say. No lands. We had the Engineered for any smaller creatures, similar to the Supreme Phantom that we saw. We had the Assassin's Trophy as well. Could have slapped down an Engineered on 0 and been able to get through as well to get past the Moorland's Haunt if we wanted to, instead of wasting our Assassin's Trophy. There you go. Brock takes it down. 2-0 overall. Looking pretty good. And we've got everything looking pretty now. Let's go to the next match. And let's keep this rolling. Match 3. A good start. Let's not get overconfident, though. It's the dark side to go to. Let's find an opponent. Let's keep this rolling. Hot streak on the way. Playing a Lurrus rock list in Modern. Okay. One thing that I'll say now that you've made it through 2 matches and are really hyped up about the list, Dark Confidant I think is in a very good place. Even though there are some decks that are running the Lava Darts, Bolts, I think Dark Confidant just unchecked does a lot. And that should be considered for these black decks. I also think that in many cases you must interact with your opponent's stuff before it hits the battlefield. So Thoughtseizes and Inquisitions along with counterspells are really, really good ways to deal with that. Right now, many of you know I play Blood Moon decks and Ensnaring Bridge. It is difficult because if I don't get those down fast enough, I haven't impacted the cards in their hand as much, and they're able to maybe get those basics to play around it. Or many creatures are just so valuable right now they can get around things like Bridge and some of the removal Red Prison will bring. Alright, next match here. I like this hand. We'll keep this. We can steal something, and then Hexdrinker. Hexdrinker's been very good. I like this snake a lot. If I could put the snake in most decks, I would. He's a pretty sweet level up creature. Especially if you can Veil protect him from 2 to 3 levels. Steam Vents for our opponents. Pretty good card. Dark Confidant looks nice. Let's go ahead and Thoughtseize for starters. Bunch of lands here. We got Growth Spiral. We have a Teferi. Alright. So my opponent can ramp fairly quickly here. Teferi can bounce a lot of stuff, which is frustrating. Do I care about the Euro? Hero draws a card, Teferi draws a card, and tempos me, and Growth Spiral draws a card. I'm tempted to take the Teferi. Play the Dark Confidant next turn to keep up with their card draw. Maybe Hexdrinker or Tarmogoyf after that. Seems all plausible. So we take the Teferi here. We do have some things that interact at instant speed. Wouldn't mind to keep those as options. Breeding Pool here. Growth Spiral is more than likely our opponent's next plan here. Go ahead and Dark Confidant to keep up with the card draw that we're going to be facing here. Got a Fatal Push for Euro for later. Blue-red here, not blue-green. Growth Spiral. They fixed that. Plenty of lands to pick from. I presume Misty Rainforest will be played here so they can fetch and then not shock in. Could also play just Temple Garden, then it comes into play sideways here and doesn't shock at all. There's the Misty though. Fetching, basic island. They don't need a lot of white in this list, it's usually teamer colors. Oh, Triumph. That works too. We forget about the Triumphs from time to time. Alright, so this is 3 mana, land drop, and then Euro land drop. Field of Ruin. Okay. Euro land drop with Steam Vents. Untapped. Goes back up to 20. Plays that Temple Garden. Shocks it in. Plays a Wrenn and 6. Here's one of the reasons that this is hit or miss at times. Okay, 2 cards to be here. I have Hexdrinker and Tarmogoyf. Let's go ahead and just play both of these. Play Tarmogoyf out. If I play both, then the Hexdrinker dies. Probably just want to leave up a Fatal Push. We'll beat him down with a 5/6 here. Let's not make that mistake. Opponent's got rainbow colors for sure. This means that they get to do 1 activation of Wrenn and 6 probably, because I'll be able to Fatal Push whatever they put in front of the Wrenn and 6. You could have a Path or something too. Ooh, 4-color Omnath? This would have been a reason to put the fetch land in instead of the Overgrown Tomb. I could fetch and kill this in response. Fortunately, I haven't done that. Oops. Flooded Strand. That was not what was in the yard, so we know it's Misty and 2 unknowns. This is where I should be Fatal Pushing. Small misstep on our part. Okay, 5 colors, or 4 colors plus a field. Plays new Euro. Okay. The draw here is annoying, but it's not game ending just yet. Plays a land. Does the whole 4 damage. Bye-bye Euro. Fetching. Okay. 4 mana new Omnath. Cycles a Triome. Okay. Alright. Interesting turn there. Hit a Lurrus. Alright, well I'm definitely fetching here. Let's go ahead and kill Omnath. Bye-bye Omnath. I could play Lurrus next here. Let's Tarmogoyf, kill Wrenn and 6. If I play Hexdrinker, I could get this Hexdrinker up pretty large. They're going to play Euro here, so if I put Hexdrinker in, 2 into it, and then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I put it to 7, not 8. That's probably okay here. We can't get it past the instants as well. Maybe they'll want to throw an instant at it, and I can Lurrus and bring it back. Alright, we have a 5/6 here, and we have a 2/1 here. We have green, green, blue, blue being used here. They'll use, I would use Steam Vents. Or Euro gets rid of the Wrenn and 6. Probably the Omnath Growth Spiral into Fairy here. And then 1 other card. That way this will shrink Goyf down. Goyf is a 4/5. Euro. My opponent has now found a Field of the Dead. I'm a little concerned how we beat this. We do have Fulminator in the board. But until we get to that Fulminator... Shocks in. Liliana, huh? Start with pumping Hexdrinker here, at least a 3. It's 4-4 now. Let's try to play Liliana, and I'm going to uptick with Liliana. If it lands. I don't see myself down-ticking here. Unfortunately, they have another card. Oh, if they just counter this, they'll play Burnt Catacombs instead. Alright. This gives me another tick in on Hexdrinker here. Now if this resolves, maybe I downtick. Mana leak. Alright, well, I can't pay for that. I'm gonna make it look like I have a Fatal Push. Just make it look like the Fatal Push that we have, right? Probably blocking zombies here and taking 6. Every land off the top is another thing I've got to deal with. Another Misty Rainforest. I don't know if we have enough here. I don't want to be putting Euro into the yard. They already have one. Go to 3 here. Another land. We have 2 fetch lands here. I don't believe I can really beat them, can I? They're at 27. Hexdrinker's not going to get us there. I don't know if I show this Lurrus or not. Let's assume I put Lurrus down. Assume I block this. That's 3 a game. I go to 5. Block here, block here. They go 2, 4, 6. Let's not show them anything else. You get no information. Alright, so if I would have had the Fatal Push there, might have slowed things down, but I'm not sure if I would have been able to stop them completely. So, Nile's Spellbomb seems interesting. Engineered Ashiok, definitely interesting here. Inquisition Thoughtseize, probably okay. Fatal Push is probably still needed to kill quite a few things that are problems. Might be just cutting, like, Baubles entirely. Cut Baubles entirely. Maybe even the Lurrus. One Lurrus and something else, like a Liliana. Can we get 2 Baubles in here as well? I still like my Hexdrinker as a way to finish the game. I want a 1 of Spellbomb, I think. My opponent's graveyard's important, but it's not that important. I don't think I want Veil either. Let's get rid of 1 Fatal Push. Fatal Push can easily kill some of the problem cards, but it also has trouble unless you have... We're taking out Baubles. It has trouble if you don't have one of your Verdant Catacombs. Repeated Nile Spellbombs with Lurrus seems like a good idea. Repeated Engineered Explosives with Lurrus seems like an okay thing. Ashiok stops a lot of shenanigans. Fulminator helps with the lands. I'm going to go 1 less Fatal Push here for a Nile Spellbomb. Being able to recur that with Lurrus seems like a good idea. I've cut 1 Lurrus here. I want the Liliana. Liliana's better for some of the earlier game. Lurrus is there to recur at the end of the game. We'll look for Thoughtseize Inquisitions and some graveyard interactions. Fulminator, huh? Fulminator, huh? It's a turn 1 Hexdrinker, which is kind of interesting. If they have the Renin 6, it's frustrating, but if they don't, it grows rapidly. Can we? Alright, let's be the aggressor here. Let's be the aggressor. Let's not worry about Teferis or to Renin 6s or anything here. We're going to go kind of full in on our Hexdrinker. Not gonna even worry about this Tarmogoyf. Ooh, ooh, hold up. Hold up! Let's check. Ah, yes. Yes. Good Thoughtseize. Takes the Renin 6. We have Purge Mana Leak here. Unfortunately, I won't be able to get the Tarmogoyf underneath the Mana Leak, but we've got an active Hexdrinker, which feels pretty solid. My opponent's got a draw here. Misty Rainforest. Luckily, we have no... I repeat, no Renin 6 there. This kills blue, black, and red. Hexdrinker's clear and free. Let's pump it up. I'm going all in. At least to get it to protection from instants. They could, theoretically, have exactly Teferi here, and that would really mess us up. As long as they don't have Teferi here, we can get this up to protection from everything and hit them down. With them fetching here, it's a 2-turn clock. Blue for Lonely Sandbar. Misty Rainforest. 2-turn clock if they don't have Teferi. Breeding Pool. Come on. Not this time. Don't do it to me. Give me the turn back. Feels good. Feels good. All the way in here with the Hexdrinker. No reason to do anything else. Giving it protection from everything is the correct line here. Let's go. 6 in. Now they could Cryptic Command tap me down for a bit. We'll see. We'll see. Gotta get another island here with the Flooded Strand. They're at 5. Tarmogoyf is at 3-4. I can Thoughtseize and Fulminator Mage to mess up some of what I just talked about. Hollow Fountain sideways. Celestial Purge is definitely not as good against green-black versus red-black. Just a nice little note there. This card is seen quite a bit. Hexdrinker goes the distance there. We are the aggro package. Ooh, we dodged a Renin 6, though. Woo! Just ship it back. Just ship it back. Whew. No changes. We gotta be aggressive. Probably Thoughtseize into a Hexdrinker would be a really good line. Maybe we should be playing 4 of Hexdrinker. Alright. Opening hand has some interesting pieces to it. I could kill an Renin 6. I'm gonna go ahead and keep. The Fatal Push is the weakest card here. I like the Scavenging News, though, to take care of Bureau. And it doesn't die to the nasty that is Renin 6. Go ahead and just Overgrown Tomb tapped. Pass turn. Be kind of nice to do Scavenging News into maybe Fulminator. Or Tarmogoyf into Fulminator. Try them. We got Gross Barrel. Another Triome. Alright, this is my chance to sneak something down. Sneak something down here. Let's sneak a Tarmogoyf down. The idea being that Scavenging News, if it were to be killed somehow, would be a problem. I want to be able to activate Scavenging News at least once. Here's the Renin 6. Tarmogoyf's to 0-1. Small problem. Let's see here. I don't like Fulminator Mage as much now. I have a pair of Lilianas. Let's go ahead and slap down a Liliana here. I wonder if I get rid of this Fatal Push. Definitely getting rid of something. What it is, though, I don't know. It's an instant. Maybe I get rid of, like, Planeswalker here. They might put a creature in the yard. I wonder what they could put. They could put a land with the idea that Renin 6 can just pick it up. I'm trying to think of something I could put in there so that at least Tarmogoyf's a 2. Obviously, the Liliana is probably just the obvious choice. I'm wondering if I want another Liliana after this. I'm gonna go with no. Liliana should grow Tarmogoyf large enough here. There's the creature. We're at least a 2/3 now. Let's attack Ren and 6. We need to kind of keep Ren and 6 on check here. And I don't mind this now. I could try to kill the Ren and 6 this coming turn and put a Scavenging Ooze out and eat Euro here. Wonder if there's a card that I could play to bait them a little bit here, because a mana leak would stop our Scavenging Ooze from being played, and then it's just another creature into the yard. Pick up the land here. Wonder if they have the big one. Scalding Tarn. Fetching immediately here. Island. 3 green, 3 blue, and a green. Got a Jace. Kills Tarmogoyf, or bounces. Alright. Inquisition. Wonder what this turn is. Fulminator's still not doing a whole lot. Just get rid of Fatal Push, Inquisition something away too. Then I can't use Scavenging Ooze how I'd like to. That might be okay. Let's start with an Inquisition. We have a Veil and lands. Well. Now I wish I could Fulminator Mage, because the Hour of Promise is going to be a problem. All okay, though. Let's go up with Liliana. What do I need to play, though? It's probably just Tarmogoyf. We can probably hang on to Engineered to get rid of the tokens. And I want the biggest creature to be able to kill the Planeswalkers here. Alright. Keeping Scavenging Ooze because we could nail that Euro in the yard. We have the Engineered Explosives to kill tokens if my opponent does that. They're going to bounce Tarmogoyf. Okay. It'd be great to somehow get Liliana here. To be able to use her ultimate. Misty Rainforest allows 1, 2, 3, 4. Does not allow Euro. A little surprised we didn't play Field of the Dead here. I'm gonna Hour of Promise, I assume. Okay. Hour of Promise. So I can kill one field, but I can't kill the other one that's in hand. This is a bummer. So we have a field and a Field of the Ruin, Field of the Dead. My opponent picked up the Misty Rainforest. So I Fulminator to kill this. They can just pick it up with Ren and 6. This game's disappearing quickly. Engineered Explosives after using Liliana up 1 could be a line here. We just have to get rid of like a Tarmogoyf, unfortunately. But then I can use the downtick of Liliana and see what we want to do here. So we'll defend Liliana and see if a downtick with Liliana matters. We have to do it this way because I can't kill Euro with the Scavenging Ooze because I need to defend Liliana here and wipe the board. They obviously see what's about to happen here. Purge off the top would be rough. They are floating mana for Purge. Alright. Well, we knew 2 of the cards there. And they ditched the Misty Rainforest. So off the top was the Purge. I'm not sure I can come back here. Picks up Misty Rainforest. Plays Misty. I think that seals it up. I think we played to our line there with the Liliana, and unfortunately they top deck the answer before I'm able to activate her. With a field out in the hand, and a Renin 6, the Fulminator doesn't get us there. Engineer's just going to stop one attack. I don't have any other board wipes. I could get a Lurrus down, but if I get a Lurrus down, they'll probably end up bouncing with the Jace here so that I don't get to continuously replay the Engineered Explosives. Playing Lurrus, I don't get to activate either because I'm not at 5 mana just yet. Mystic Sanctuary to pick up Hour of Promise here feels really powerful. They pick up a Veil instead. Doing things a little bit out of order, I think. Oh, they're just going to play Euro here. That makes sense. Now they pick it up and then they can protect it. Well then. The money pile. Euros. Omnaths. Maybe a touch of a slip there, but I don't think in game 1 we would have been able to come back. We'll take our top deck just for fun. And I think we can go ahead and concede. If you see the lines here, it's Fulminator tries to kill this. It doesn't matter. So this is essentially a dead card. Scavenging News is not getting Euro, and even if it was, we're just getting beaten down by a horde of zombies. And Tarmogoyf, as you've seen, has been bounced several times. Peatland here, maybe. You know what? Peatland draws a card here. Why not? Extra Fulminator is kind of cool, but again, we haven't taken care of the Renin 6. I think I'll give it to my opponent. We just get bit down for 3 more turns here with the Euro. I could block a little bit here, so let's just make it like 6-7 turns. I just don't see this winning. We play a land, Lurrus. At that point, we've been attacked by a bunch of zombies because of these 2 cards. That's what it is. Match 3 goes to our opponent. Can't beat the deck that makes a lot of creatures. Interesting enough. Our spot removal's not enough. That does put us at 2-1 though. Match 4 coming up. Let's go. Match 4. The Rock. The Rock. Doing pretty well with the list, I think. Last match was a little bit difficult, but that's okay. It is put to the side. Let's continue. Forward we go. We're against Gus. 2 baubles. I like the hand. I don't like that I have 1 land. I'm going to lean on baubles to get us there. This could be dangerous. Do you have a Fatal Push here for this Noble Hierarch in the opening hand as well? Alright, land. Bauble number 1. Let's check. Ooh, it froze. You see this? Frozen. I say check. I probably just want to kill this anyway and then try to double draw. We got a hey man, good luck, have fun. You too. Let's see what we're drawing. Make sure we're drawing that land. We are. So we're good there. And I think I'm going to go ahead and Fatal Push here and just see what they're drawing. I don't want them ramping. They're on basic green here. Court of Calling. Oh boy. Oh boy. Double bauble trigger here. Blooming into. Blooming. Temple Garden sideways here. No follow-up. Probably want this Dark Confidant now. Dark Confidant is the idea of being able to draw interaction here. Tarmogoyf just gets pathed. If Dark Confidant gets pathed, I'd rather the smaller creature than the larger creature. Hoping to draw removal. If not, Liliana downtick might not be bad. Heliod would be a problem here, I think. Speaking of. Alright. Dark Confidant trigger here. It's fine. Removal. Come on. We do. Excellent. Alright. Let's go ahead and put Tarmogoyf down. You'll notice I haven't learned anything. I don't put my fetch land down. I don't play my Blooming Marsh. I haven't learned anything, have I? We're going to leave the Fatal Push up, though. Fatal Push and a Liliana here will be nice. Blooming Marsh is just never being played now. Let's see what they got. A Spike Feeder. Okay. Well, I am punished. Hopefully my opponent doesn't interact right here to gain life. Dark Confidant trigger here. Perfect. Alright. Verdant Catacombs, 1, 2, 3. Liliana to down tick on the Spike Feeder. If they go to activate, I have the Fatal Push. Got a bit lucky. We'll just be honest here. I am going to down tick. This should interact with us. And I'm going to go ahead and Fatal Push on top of this. This way we don't have them combo off for a bajillion life here. It does take 2 cards, unfortunately. But we can't really beat the other line here. So my opponent goes back up to 20. We do have 6 damage. And lucky for me, I can get Lurrus Baubles going. But is Lurrus Bauble going to be enough? Okay. We got lucky that my opponent didn't try to gain a million life there. Well, you know, some things we just can't do. My opponent should learn that they should do this right now to gain a bunch of life. There you go. There you go. Alright, so how do we win from here? They're going to gain an absorbent amount of life. I'm trying to think of a way we have in our list to beat this. I don't believe we do. We're not required to concede here. Debating what to do here, because my opponent does have this. Let's think, what else do we have in our list? Alright, they let us continue play here. Let's go ahead and up. Get rid of Blooming Marsh here. We can play Lurrus down. Get a Bauble. Cast the Bauble. See what else they've got coming for us. Ranger, Captain O'Eos. Hexdrinker here. Increase the Hexdrinker. It's a 2-2. I'll go ahead and swing for 5. Pass the turn. So, Captain is going to kill us in a turn here, because the Captain can go get Walking Ballista, and then they can combo kill me. So there's Ranger. They go get Walking Ballista. They just pass. Next turn, they sacrifice Ranger for no interaction. Play Walking Ballista as a 1-1. Spike Feeder once. Puts the counter. And they're good to go. Once they start that combo, we'll go ahead and concede. I am going to use Liliana down tick here to get rid of the Ranger now rather than later. So if we do top deck an answer, we can at least play it. We have several draws for an answer too. Interesting. Interesting. All right. Can't use this Inquisition yet. Let's go ahead and use Peatland immediately. Let's kill Spike Feeder. Play Bauble. There we go. Just always yield to everything. Let them do their thing for a little bit. We can cause frustration. Maybe it's not the right thing to be doing. I think in a tournament Magic setting, you would want to... We should be growing Hexdrinker here. Actually, I'm not going to grow Hexdrinker, but maybe one here. Make it look like I have interaction for them. I don't know, though. I don't know. There's the thicket. It's kind of interesting playing online versus not online. You can name a much higher life total that puts it out of reach of all the creatures attacking. And then they just go, oh, I have more cards than you do, so sorry. Conclave here. Okay. We have a Walking Ballista now on 1. Okay. Oh my gosh, they forgot to put the mana into it. Oh no, opponent. Well, that's not good. Let me say, you have a 1/1 Ballista. I'm just going to tell him to continue play, looking for interaction. Alright, Dark Confidant here. Tarmogoyf. Liliana. Bobble. Play Liliana. Sacrifice. I'd sacrifice this. That would make the walking a 2/2. I'm asking them if they would do. Okay, so they have a 2/2 Walking Ballista now. I don't have any interaction here. We can check the hand briefly. Take the cord. We can attack for a bunch. I don't have 2 pieces of removal here, unfortunately. We'll take the draw. So Bobble here. I have nothing. They play land here, so they have 2/2. Activate Heliod and ping much. We'll give it to him. Not gonna have Moto. We made them play that out. Not gonna have Moto where you accidentally don't click your mana. Alright. We didn't hit a removal spell. And I'll reveal that. Alright, so our opponent does combo us out. Let's go sideboard here. I don't have a lot. We can bring some Ashioks in, possibly. The Ashiok would stop them from doing the searching to get their combo piece. I don't have much else. I could, like, Fulminator them, but I really can't have Heliod show up. That's... I don't have a lot for this. I think Blood Chiefs can definitely come in. A lot of their creatures are small enough. Collective Brutality could as well, because we need to interact before. And probably just the Ashioks. I think that's about it. Scavenging Ooze doesn't do a lot in this matchup. Liliana's good. Removal. I'm looking for 3 more removals here. Tarmogoyf probably just enough of a beater. 1 Lurrus, 1 Liliana, 1 Bobble. Dark Confidant's going to find those fatal pushes. Assassin's abrupt decays. All right. I'm definitely in the hole here, and my opponent's probably more advantaged than I am, just because I have no good way to get rid of the indestructible creature. We'll go to here, game number 2 here. We'll play first. I'll go ahead and keep this. I have removal. I also have a way to grab the Heliod from hand. Not much else to do here. I think this is it's got to be the keep, right? We'll shock in here instead of using Peatland in case I draw another card that I want to use. We have Path, Giver, and Conclave. Boy. I don't want the Path. I'm going to take the Conclave here. It'll give him Giver. We're going to Fatal Push the Giver. Plains, Giver. I don't like that hand. There wasn't anything super spicy I wanted. Okay, Liliana's kind of cute. Let's go ahead and Fatal Push the Giver here. We'll put down Peatland pass turn. At least I get to Liliana down tick and kill the other creature. Oh, I took the other creature. At least I get to do this and start upticking like crazy. Uptick like crazy. Wonder if I will wait till play Lurrus or if I just go, alright, you'll get Path. That's fine. Ariok Champion. Liliana down tick for this, obviously. That's a really good card. That's pretty good against all of my removal. Get out of here. Thank goodness. It's kind of cool to see the pathways here. I am fairly fond of these. Plays a forest here. We have a Duskwatch Recruiter. Okay. I don't have protection against this card. I'm good now. I'm good now. Let's up. Let's see if they get rid of that Path. I'm hoping they do. Gonna get rid of a Ghost Quarter here. Come on, Path. Come on. Show up right here. Oh, Windswept. Oh, Windswept. Alright, well, Blood Chief's here. Fetch Shock. Lurrus pass turn. Maybe don't even have to shock here. Let's not. Let's save our life total a little bit here. Lurrus played pass turn. I'm not going to wait for an Inquisition or a Thoughtseize here. I just want them to go ahead and Path. It gives me a little bit more mana. I'll go get Forest for maybe who knows what. I'm going to use this Peatland at some point too. If they play another creature, I get to kill it. Windswept is not the... Oh, this was the tap. I don't know what their last card is. That was the other side of this. I don't know what they've got. I don't know. Let's uptick. Now we'll find out. That's really good. Maybe they'll miss. Oh no! Oh no! I need a removal spell. ASAP. Let's find a removal off the top here. I'm going to use green on this Peatland. Awkward. Alright, they have infinite mana. It was a good Coco. What do you have? Watch this Walking Ballista. Whew. Easy mode. Oh. No. Are you kidding me? Welp. I just said I have Peatland in hand. As soon as it shows on board, I'll concede. So they don't have to tap this out. Collected Company into your infinite combo, top decking Ranger to allow you to search for your finisher. Do I deserve this? I was polite. Where's the karma? Karma's coming in match 5. You watch. We're gonna decimate our match 5 opponent. You watch. I'm gonna make sure they can play their Walking Ballista though. It's a learning opportunity for our opponent and for the MTGO interface. So while we sit here, consider leaving a comment or checking out our Extra Life kids. I'll put a link in the description somewhere. Down there. Check it out if you'd like to donate. It's going to a good cause. Miracle Network Hospitals. Good stuff, good stuff. Opponents at 21, 22 mana here. They only need what? 24 mana? They'll probably go to 26. Bam. And my opponent does the Ranger plan here too. Let's make sure they punt this mana in there. Learning opportunity. Our opponent will never make that mistake again. Promise. Promise. Match 4 done. We're 2-2 overall here. Playing the Rock. See you in match 5. That karma is going to come back. It's either going to come back in a win or many donations for the kids. We'll see you in match 5. 2-2 overall. And I don't even feel like I need to put an asterisk. Match 4, our opponent did beat us soundly. Just a little Magic Online interfacing. Next one. Let's go. All the karma here. Let's get that 3-2. Let's win. Good start. Falling. Sprinkling a little bit for the karma gods out there. Let's go. Match 5. Opening hand. It's alright. We'll keep. We're going to top deck that Thoughtseize like a champion. We'll be fine. Blue mana. Oh, really? Oh, really, Thoughtseize? I wonder what's next. A win. What do we got here? Opt, Psionic Blast, and Vendilion Click. I like this. All right, so our opponent is playing Blue Burn, or a variation of it. This card's great. I love this. Bunch of ops. I think I just have to take the Vendilion Click here. The Psionic Blast is a rough one because it does 4, and it can kill the Tarmogoyf. But we'll probably be playing this. I don't know. This is any target. I think I have to take the Psionic Blast and just respect the 4 damage. But the Vendilion Click, goodbye Vendilion Click. We're going to bait him with Tarmogoyf. You watch, you watch. We'll soon not know anything that my opponent is playing because they'll have opt. Mutavault will be a little bit of a frustration card, but it's not going to end the game. Extra island here so my opponent can opt again. Dark Confidant looks pretty tasty. Let's see here. How do we want to do this? I could Dark Confidant and they could Psionic Blast that. Or I draw a card. Maybe I'm Tarmogoyfing. We don't have a creature. No, we do have a creature. This is a 4/5. What am I talking about? Go. We had a land hit the bin. Let's go. Tarmogoyf. Opt for our opponent. Got to do all the math. Math is for winners. For winners. 4/5 here. Couple instants, sorcery, land, all the stuff in there. Mutavault for our opponent. Let's go ahead and attack for 4. I feel pretty safe here that they're not going to be able to do something like Psionic Blast me. This turn I might just Liliana uptick here. Could Dark Confidant. Sort of like the idea of just Liliana uptick, get rid of Forest here. I don't need this extra Forest. Famous last words. Playing this post-combat, if it would have been in the bin before, yeah, it would have been a bigger Tarmogoyf. That's not the point. The point is to get in here in case they want to boot up Mutavault or something. Mutavault was played. Opt Psionic Blast, 3 unknowns. 2 mana leak. Remand. Well, we're not doing anything. Go ahead, opponent. This is most certainly blue burn. We've played blue burn ourselves. Judge's Familiars typically in there. The Psionic Blast. A lot of tempo cards are played typically with the list. So we'll see how that all plays out. Bobble. Let's take a peek. This also grows Tarmogoyf. Force of Negation. Play our land this time and attack for 5. I'm going to try to slap down a Dark Confidant here. Dark Confidant, if they remand, I can replay. It also leaves myself Assassin's Trophy up. It gives them information on one of my cards here, that which could be forced. I'm not so concerned about the force. We have my opponent at 11 here. They do opt. We'll see if they snag that force or not. They put it on top, so they like it enough here. Okay. They know about the Liliana, so I'm not totally surprised. There's that Psionic Blast. Sort of tempted to pick off one of these right now. I think we can hold. Lucky for us, we have this Lurrus, and we also have the draw here. Ooh, Hexdrinker. Land, force, 3 unknowns. Blooming Marsh, not very good. Let's attack for 5. Might be a Lurrus turn. Might be a Lurrus turn. Play our land down. We know it's force and something else. Ah, I changed my mind. Hexdrinker it is. Hexdrinker does not get forced. If it's remanded, it's not doing a whole lot. I'm only going to go one time here and pass turn. Vendilion Click and Petty Theft are reasons that I'd like to at least leave an Assassin's Trophy up. We have a 5/6 and a 2/1 here. Ooh, Sea Dasher. Let's go ahead and attempt an Assassin's Trophy here and see if they would like to keep it with force. Kind of asking them to do that. Ooh, remand. All right. Okay. Not bad. So we have force, 2 unknowns because they play a land here. We got a Mutavault. They're attacking. This is a 2/2. I'm willing to trade. I like the trade. Inquisition's not bad to see here. Let's go ahead and Inquisition for starters. I think this will allow me to Assassin's Trophy the Mutavault. Could be wrong, though. Cryptic. Counter return. I get baited a little bit here. I'm supposed to play Tarmogoyf again. I should have attacked. Didn't think of Cryptic. Thought they were a little lower to the ground. Let's go ahead and Lurrus here and get a Hexdrinker down. I feel safe to do this because we know it's force and an unknown card. We won't even bother drawing a card here. Let's just flood the board. Or try to flood the board. There we go. There we go. All right. We navigate around the cards that our opponent had. Blue Burn. Blue Burn. Collective Brutalities are going to be in for this. Veils probably. Fatal Push. We can drop down a little bit here. What else? I sort of like the idea of a Kitchen Finks because this deck is trying to tempo us out a little bit. Let's think here. Let's actually cut Scavenging first. That'll be for Collective Brutality. Fatal Push could kill a few of their creatures. Their creatures are like 3 CMC though, so we need a partner card to do that. Maybe Assassin's Trophy gets out of here. 2 Veils and then find some room for Kitchen Finks. 1 Liliana. Just 1 Thoughtseize. I'm good with this. Blue Burns going to use Psionic Blast. Vendilion Click, as you saw. They're playing the Mutate creature, so having enough removal to prevent the creature from hitting in and drawing the cards is good. Sometimes they'll play Judge's Familiar or Mausoleum Wanderer. A lot of remands. Sometimes they're like a blue Steel Shapers. Is it Steel Shapers? Thopter's been played in the blue burn list before. The Djinn that gets bigger with islands. Fairy Conclave sometimes. A lot of things. A lot of things. We'll keep this opening hand. It's pretty good against a deck looking to do just little things. Ooh, Delver. Delver. I like that. Blue Delver. Okay. Well, we're going to try to kill that immediately. Let's test if they have a Fatal Push. Sorry, if they have a Force of Negation. They don't. Pass turn. Lining up our Dark Confidant, I think it's the best card for us. They probably have a Remand. We'll just slap it down. Could also have a Psionic Blast. I'm expecting Remand. Spell Snare. All right. Pretty good. We'll end up doing Inquisition plus Tarmogoyf here. Not doing Inquisition first because I have a feeling they're going to have a bunch of ops again, or it won't matter as much, perhaps. Twilight Mire's cool. Inquisition to start. Let's see what they've got. All right, we have another Spell Snare. We have a Remand. We have an Archmage Charm. We also have a Ratchet Bomb. Wow. That's a hand. Okay, so let's see. I can probably get through a Spell Snare at some point. The Ratchet Bomb doesn't scare me. Probably just his Archmage Charm. And let's hold. Let's just hold for a turn here. I know that this Spell Snare is there, but maybe my opponent will tap out for me. This is pretty good. I'll throw this into the Remand. It doesn't get Spell Snared, though. There's a Ghost Quarter. Play Tarmogoyf. They'll Spell Snare. Okay. Looking okay. Remand and Ratchet Bomb for our opponent. Double Ghost Quarter for us. They pick up an island and play a Ratchet Bomb. Not so concerned about that. We hit a Peatland. Let's go ahead and redraw. Dark Confidant. I'll attempt to play. We'll see if they want to do Remand or prep Ratchet Bomb. They do Remand. Okay. Some would say, well, let you do the Remand when you can play it twice. I'd rather have the Remand out of hand and then just deal with the next card that they have. Let's attempt Dark Confidant again. Sticks. Let's go ahead and make a lot of mana here for Lily. Does not stick. Ooh, Spell Pierce. Okay, should have gone those backwards. That's okay. Ratchet Bomb up to 2. They'll blow up Ratchet Bomb, and we're going to be clear here. I think I have the more powerful top decks. Ratchet Bomb will be activated to kill Dark Confidant. They have 1 card. We have 1 card. Veil. They'll target me, and I'm going to Veil. Oh, look, I got a Veil again. We have Hexproof. I'm going to just pass the turn. Vendilion Click is a little bit of a problem. Picking up another Veil is cute, though. Alright, down to 17. Still think we're in an okay spot here. Play a Tarmogoyf pass turn. Perfect example. Big 6/7 here. Got the Veil to protect it. Much faster than a Vendilion Click. Might use their castle here. I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of this castle for the future. Okay. They draw some cards. That's fine. Plays a land here. Attacks for 3 in the air. We have a 6/7 on the ground. Down to 14. My turn. There's a bobble. Let's attack first. In for 6. Play our bobble here. Can't imagine that gets countered. Take a look at the top of theirs and draw a card. The Dasher. Alright, the Dasher's cool. Bobble trigger. Picks up a swamp. Land Dasher unknown. Attacks me for another 3 here. They don't flash in here. They're afraid. I'd be afraid. Inquisition. Let's go ahead and Inquisition away the Dasher. This will flash in here. Let's see what this last card is. It's a Psionic Blast. I think I'm okay to go ahead and Veil here. My life total is a little bit risky. We hit a Fatal Push, which is super nice here too. Nothing to see. Let's go ahead and nail a island, sure. I just want to get Revolt. I think I killed the Dasher here. 3 in the air is dangerous. What do I kill here? Vendilion Click or this? I can't see them drawing cards. This is a good idea for me. I think I can race the Vendilion Click in the air. In for 6, pass turn. Alright. Down to 8. Top of the library. What is it? An Opt. Scries, uh-oh, to the top. Oh. Opt again. Scries. Bottom. Hits me for 3. Going to 8. Let's go ahead and go combat here. In for 6. Put them to 2. Oh, we're going to 2. We're going to 2. Play the bobble. I'm gonna wait on this bobble. I feel like they're gonna do something here. Cryptic. The Tarmogoyf to tempo me out. There's that tempo play. We have a Visions coming. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. We draw a card. Verdant Catacombs. Nothing to do here. Attacks me for 3. This is a problem card. Oh, come on, deck. Stop with the lands. Remand. I'm gonna replay here. They play the Visions. Gets an Opt. Okay. Opponent opts. Psionic Blast kills us. Blocking creature currently kills us. They don't know that, though. Befitting. Kill me with the Psionic Blast. Right? Right? We all know that that wouldn't do the 2 damage to them, right? Checking you. Alright, we're down to 2. We have a 6/7, which kills, but I have a feeling they have a blocker or something. Or whoa. What? You have a worm coil? Alright, I'll play Kitchen Finks. I can live for another turn. Play the Verdant Catacombs, make it look like I have a Fatal Push for this Vendilion Click. Gonna leave Tarmogoyf black on blocking defense here for the Wormcoil Engine. The Death Touch is a problem, obviously. Uh-oh. Oh, Cryptic Command, tap us down. Gain control of target creature with converted mana cost X. What? Entrancing Melody? What's going on here? This isn't Blue Burn. This is blue my face. This is dead. We'll block. We'll see what our top card is. You never know. You never know. Lurrus could do some crazy things here. We're going to gain our life back. Forest, not good. Okay. We used up all of our karma there in game 1 of this matchup. Game 2 doesn't go our way, and now we know about a Wormcoil along with things that enchant us. Oh. On the play, I want this Thoughtseize back. Kitchen Finks is no-go. No-go. Jeez, they have Wormcoil? This is gonna, like, 6-drop. What? I'm gonna take the Kitchen Finks out and bring in an Assassin's Trophy for the Wormcoil. Let's go. Could bring in an extra Liliana to do some of the discard elements that we were kind of running there. Felt like we were pretty good with the 1-to-1 there. My opponent has a lot of cantrips. Alright, let's play first. I'll keep it. I'll keep it. A quick Dark Confidant could be exactly what we needed. Let's see what they're drawing. An Opt. Surprise. Surprise. We draw a Ghost Quarter off the top. Island. Alright, how much do we want to think they have this Spell Snare again? Let's try Tarmogoyf first. Ooh, alright. That somehow landed. Opt. Bottomed. Extra island here. Find ourselves with a Liliana. Let's go ahead and attack. I'm going to try to play a Lurrus here because having the Bobble trigger would be nice. This also stops like a Spell Snare from getting us. We get around Spell Pierce as well, which is something we saw. Nice. Alright. Delver, huh? Delver, huh? Top of the library is a Inquisition for us. It's not bad. Third land for them. First thing I want to do is definitely play this Bobble down. They just give it back to me. Alright, start with the Bobble before we lose Lurrus somehow. Check the top. I think I'd like to just play the Inquisition here. Let's go combat first so I can at least shoot something down with the Abrupt Decay if they throw in like a Vendilion Click to block. Down to 13. What is our best line here? Probably Inquisition, check for a counter magic, and then land Goyf or Confidant. We know they're going to have their 4th land. We know Delver's going to be in hand. Don't care about Delver. I don't think it makes sense to run one of these out without checking the hand. And I'm more than certain this would get countered. Let's start with Inquisition. Checking the hand, getting some more information here. C-Dash, or was their choice? Okay. Kind of opens me up to being able to play something here. We have a Delver and a Spell Pierce. I think I just take the Spell Pierce. I can deal with a Delver. That's not hard. And And we can slam down a Tarmogoyf here as a blocker. Like a big beefy blocker versus playing Dark Confidant. And we draw with Mishra's Bauble here too. Extra Lurrus. This beefy blocker just feels like the right thing to have in our hand right now. Opponent plays a Delver here. Beef blocker. Okay, we hit a land. I could test the hand completely here. Fatal Push the Delver and do the Sea Dasher with the Liliana. Start with Bauble. See what the next card is. It's a Spell Snare. Let's try for... Let's do Fatal Push first. Followed by Liliana, and if this sticks, I get to hit for a lot. Kill the Sea Dasher. We basically don't know one card here. And this puts them to 2. Feels fairly strong. There we go. At 2, I'm taking a draw here as well. I have the Abrupt Decay to remove something. Ghost Quarter off the top. 4 mana, 5th land. The Rock. Strong, steady. We take it down here. 3-2 overall against our opponents. We'll see you all in the conclusion. 3-2 The Rock here in Modern, a YouTube exclusive here for the Extra Life for the kids. Let's take a look at the list. We've got quite a nice one here. It recently went well, top 32 in a challenge. This is your list. Lurrus is definitely one of my favorite cards recently printed. The interactions with Lurrus to rebuy some of your 2-drop creatures, even your 1-drop creatures, or this Bauble and Lurrus package is just perfect in my opinion. And I think the creator of this list is spot on. It's 3 Lurrus, 4 Baubles. We do that ourselves in some of our red-black lists as well. It's great to be seeing Liliana doing some things. And once again, I think Dark Confidant is super well positioned at this point in the game. Metagame-wise, I think this is just how you keep up with some of the blue-green decks that are drawing cards like crazy. Enough interaction here as well. I think you've got what you need. Obviously, Jund in general has usually a lot of just answers for kind of anything. And I think green-black here does that exactly in the sideboard. We have Engineers, which help with tokens, 2 and 1-drops. We have Spell Bombs and Ashioks where those graveyards are searching. Even a couple of Veils, which came into play there at the very end. I think we just about used everything. Fulminator Mage was a little weak against the field deck, but probably really strong against Tron. I wouldn't cut it. Looks great. Well balanced, feels nice, and if you like slamming in with creatures, this is certainly your list. This is Fluffy Wolf. Thank you all for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe. That helps support the channel for free and gives you a notification when a video goes live. This is going up on Saturday here. That's October 7th, it looks like. For the Extra Life pieces, it's a reminder to go check out the description, maybe check out that donation page. If you're seeing this much later, well, thank you for stopping by, and check us out for next year's game day, something we do always. Take care, everyone. Have a good one. I hope your Magic games go well for the kids, and we'll see you in the next matches.